We're here. Um, Neither early nor late. We're here. Enjoy to be here. I'm going to give you some more of that story. We're going to get back to that plane fixing and building houses and having a wife and all that other stuff. And more to come, of course. Remember, this is just a story being told by me, and God is kind of overviewing and also sometimes chiming in. So, I wanted to just do a very simple thing. There are days in our existence that we can't explain to others. They're always going to come. This is going to be a very simple one. We're just going to call it um, existence differently or something like that. We'll figure it out as we go there. But roughly that's it, you know. Um, there are days where we can't explain it because maybe we had military history, maybe we've had abuse history, maybe we've had drug history, alcohol history, whatever. But there are days where we're not off, not really on. Some people would say melancholy, but not quite. Could be. I had one of those today. As interesting as it comes and goes, as they sometimes do, you know. Um, my body didn't malfunction or anything today. We actually did good. We got our reading done for university, all of those other things. But there was this undercurrent. Let's guess what we're talking about. Existence differently. And I'm not going to belabor this. It's just to know that those are actually moments where we are being human. And God gave us that design parameter so that we could have those moments and go, okay, well, here we are. This is what's happened today, and it's how it's going to go, and we just let it go. Let's leave that there. So if you wish to get a hold of me, it's Eric@starthealing.me, Eric@starthealing.me, Eric@starthealing.me. I hope in the next couple of weeks to start working with the the badges and stuff so that you don't have to hear me do that. But till then, that's what it is. You email me and I'll send you a link and your book and we talk. Maybe I'm part of your healing puzzle. Maybe this storyteller can tell you a story that will help you. Who knows? Well, no, only one way by reaching out. So let's get back to that story. It's got interesting, hasn't it? Like we cleared up all the houses. Everybody's gone now that doesn't want to be there and doesn't want to be with God, I guess. That's what's happened in this place. They're going to be living halfway between one and the other eventually. Who knows how long that's going to take to build? Probably not built in the dark. We're heading into uh, a November, slowly. Not quite through middle October, but heading to November feels like weather's getting colder. Lights take longer to penetrate through the darkness, but it happens. That's what's happening. He's sitting in his Jeep with his wifey. The 16-year-old is sitting on the wifey's lap. This is how it's working right now. And she's okay with that. She's kind of cool with it. And they're driving back to his temporary residence, as he calls it, the house where people stay when they come. And back to that deal of working on that big old twin-engined monster, riveting and fixing and getting her back up and running so that she can do that. And then with all those lights, he'll be able to set another runway bigger to get her back off the ground. That's the next day. This day is going back and takes him a couple of hours to drive, roughly, a little bit more, a little bit less. Because they stop mid-go, and the 16-year-old finally decides that she can sit in the backer seat of this Jeep kind of thing. Kind of laid down and fell asleep. And they get up and walk around the property that they've been given by the band, and looks kind of cool. There's lots of trees, and they're already kind of mapping out what it's going to look like. He already said no stairs. I don't want stairs. I want people that in every version of life can climb. So we're gonna have ramps. And she goes, that's cool with me. And she goes, I like that idea. And the 16-year-old goes, I get top floor somewhere? And he goes, yeah, we make you a mini master suite. All right, I like that idea. And they walk a bit back into the bush and they go, ha, look at that. One of those wonderful volcanic wonders. Uh, it's been a long time. They look at each other and, yeah, we're family. They drop their clothing and jump into the water. It's warm, really nice and warm. Oh yeah, and we put a shed over this. This will be really cool. They sit there for a while and scrub each other's backs, and I know some people squirming about all this, but it's just what's happening. They're not looking at naked bodies right now. They're just helping each other out. Remember, one is husband and wife, the other one is like a daughter. So, hey. And after about an hour of soaking, they feel much better. They're like, oh, yeah, that's good. That's how we're going to be an hour more late, but better hurry because there's like chili dogs tonight, from what I heard, and I'm going to be there. Oh, yes. So they all got dressed again, and he asked how this is going to work because now there's two washer ladies. So he said that's why we built the thing, and we're going to put in some more machines, and we'll still do the job. I just live with you and eventually halfway between, and I'll do one side, she does the other. It's like we always done. The 16-year-old goes, that was nice. I feel warm now. And then thump, she fell asleep. She tends to do that. He picked her up and put her in the Jeep, and they drove the rest of the way, and they got there, and the whole crew was there. Everybody was hanging around, and the guy that owned the plane was going, I'm back. He said, I came back in with the little one, and he said, I wonder when the big one's going to be done. I hear you were busy doing something. Yes, I was, but I'm done now. I should be able to get that done in about a week or two. Well, that's good, because I have this big deal and I want to grab it. Totally fine, he said. We can do that. So the biggest thing we're looking at is it's dark out there, and I require to make you a better runway to get that plane back off the ground after we fix her up all nice. Oh yeah, that. I have a plan, actually, he said. Been talking to the guy that does all the digging around here, and he's really happy, by the way. You led him to his best year ever, and he's hoping you can fix some of these machines so that he doesn't have to scrap them completely, and he's willing to lend his machines to us to really do a good job. And you want to do this thing with the cement and the almost like springs, yes, because it'll keep it from cracking. You'll understand. You get to see it eventually. They're all talking and eating chili dogs, and the 16-year-old is normal. Just glommed onto him because she doesn't know anybody too much, and everyone's being friendly though, so she's starting to believe that they're nice. Is that your new shadow? And the lady that ran the diner said, yeah, apparently. How's your wife taking that? Oh, fine. We'll figure out our ins and outs tonight, but yeah. And She said, well, I've got, got an army cot that's folded up in the corner there from surplus that I got. And you can certainly have that for a few days while you figure out things. And sure, that'd be good. She'll like that. And he said, I'll get that after. And she goes, well, you probably zonked, aren't you? And he goes, oh, yeah. Wifey comes up beside him and goes, hey, dear, you ready for bed yet? Oh, yeah, I am. The chili's good. The beans are good. Everything's good. Nice to see everybody, but yeah, I gotta go get some rack time. And the 16-year-old looks up and goes, me too? Yes, you too. And we're gonna get you a bed here. Well, I guess wherever that is. Oh, it's over here in the closet. She goes and pushes on a piece of the wall and the wop's open. She goes, doesn't want it to look like a closet, but it is. And she said, remember, this was a house before it was a bar, before it was a church, before a diner, and so many other things. Okay, so anyway, he picks it up. It's kind of light. The mattress looks a little warm, but hey, it looks comfy. The 16-year-old looks at it and goes, yeah, I can sleep on that. And she goes, there's some blankets too. And she goes upstairs, comes back down with blankets. And she goes, well, I'll let you all go and figure out the little house until what? You're building something, I hear. Yep. We got some band land to build on, and we'll do a good job with that. Have some ideas. That'll be cool. Here's gonna be log, mostly, yeah. Well, double log wall with something in between, which I think I can get tons of if I know where to go. So nice. We'll see how that all works. But anyway, I've got to go and get a rest. He wanders up the thing, and his Jeep's already parked, and yeah, that man showed up with that, and washers all put together. Good. That'll be good. He goes in and you know puts down the cot and slides it up by the side of the other bed, and she goes, "Nice." And he goes, "Yep." He said, "It's the only place to put it, really." She goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, I've already had a bath, so I'm just going to go to bed." That's what they do. They went to bed. And the 60-year-old was being hugged by his wife, and she falls off to sleep, and the wife snuggles over and goes, can we do this quietly? He goes, I don't really care. He said, I want some nookie. He he calls it what it is. He said, let's get sensual, forget this other thing. She goes, totally. They have a fun night, and the 60-year-old was so tired, just bonked out. They pushed the bed over a little, so they have a little privacy, but not much. Look at that later. Get up in the morning and they sneak into the thing and lock the door, and then they have a little bit more fun. Because they are a couple. Remember that. The moment there's a knock on the door and it's a 16-year-old, and he opens the door. You had enough fun? Yep, yep, we're good. She stumbles in, drops her clothes, and in she goes. And snuggles between the two of them like a little one would snuggle. And she, wash my hair? Yes, sir, dear. And wifey washes her hair, and she kind of half falls asleep, wakes up and goes, what are we doing today? Well, we're going to work on that plane at some point, but it's going to take some minutes. We're going to get some breakfast, and then I think Mama here is going to have to do some washing. And, well, yeah, I'm getting kind of behind on that, so yeah, I got to get that done. Here are the big machines to make it easier. At that moment, there's another little rap at the door, and it's her sister. Hi, are we washing today? And she goes, oh yeah. And a bunch of stuff here, a bunch of stuff there, and that's stuff up in the Jeep from the reserve. So we're gonna go at it. Okay. So I'll go for breakfast. because at that moment there's another rap at the door, and that's the lady. And she goes, I made breakfast. Simple. Eggs, bacon, because I found some, toast, hash browns. Yes, I don't like hash browns. Everybody does. A few other people there, but we'll be have a nice breakfast, and they did. And then he looks over and he goes, well, he goes, I gotta go. And the 60-year-old goes, I come with you. You can either come with me or you can stay with mom. It's up to you. And she looks and she goes, can I help, mom? Yes, you can help. I'm not much of a mechanic, she said. So I'll stick with the washing. But you're coming back, right? Yes, he said. Of course. So she went off with the crew to wash, and she looked like she was actually going to enjoy it, which is interestingly strange, but okay. He certainly wouldn't. But that's all right. He was about to enjoy what he was going to do. So he was driving out there. It was still early, but he was ready. Got there and looked at the engines that he had taken off, and he goes, oof, they're going to need some time. He said, but we'll get there. I let him go back and forth a couple of times with this thing, but I can't let him go anymore. It's got to get fixed. So he starts tearing it apart, and who shows up but the miner, and he goes, you know what? I just turned 51 and I retired from the mine. I'm tired of having dirt over my head that falls on my head. Sometimes could kill me. No, I don't think I want to do that anymore. Used to do some diesel mechanic stuff. You think I can help you? Oh yeah, absolutely. We can do some hunting together too. Oh, that'd be fun. So they pull up and lots of lights and they're working away on the engine. Wow, that piston's twisted. He said, you know what? I know where there's a piston like that. And he said, I'll be back. And he was about 20 minutes, drove somewhere, came back, and he said, actually, I threw the whole engine in the back. An engine? You just picked it up. Yeah, yeah. It's a smaller engine than that. I think it's an old plane crash, but pistons look okay. And he looks at him and he goes, yeah, similar to this one, I guess. And he goes, yeah. He goes, but we'll get her all fixed up and working. He said, you're gonna tighten up her tail, I hear. Yep. Get her all together. She's got some rust in her and we gotta get it out. Some of the aluminum pieces need to be brazed again. It should be all running good when we're finished. Let's leave it there. We come before you, Father, Spirit, Son, and we are so eternally grateful that you are with us in everything and in every way. And we are so eternally grateful that you bring everything into order from chaos. Except when we're in good chaos. It's just how you work. Like my day, everything got done that was supposed to get done. And now we go to bed and get up and do it all over again. Different tasks, but similar flow, just listening to you. So we're going to leave it there. We just ask you to push back the darkness so that those that are, for the first time or 100th time, meeting with you can meet with you and have a time of communion and grow. We thank you for doing so. We thank you for courage and strength and grace and mercy. And we say thankful, grateful, gratitude, thankful, grateful, gratitude, thankful, grateful, gratitude. Standing in awe and honor, respect, allowing all glory to flow to Father, Spirit, Son. This is, and so this is. I know I did it backwards again. It's just the way it flowed. But the blessing is overabundant joy, interwoven with the insight that opens the secrets of your existence as God wishes to will and them to be. And everything that brush is going to paint you all the good stuff. According to his will and wish, according to your will and wish, it can be. So, we will say, rest well, wake well, and know that your path is well led by God. Blessings.